everyone. Welcome to the Smart Kingdom. It is me again, MCZX the Prince, your host. Today with my, I guess, official co-host for now. It's Shino Phoenix again, everyone.
What's up?
Mr. Front Page of Wrestling Amino. He's up there again because of his article on the women's tournament. I suggest you guys read that. It's a very good read. It's on Wrestling Amino. It's on the front page. You cannot miss it. Again, you can follow him at Shino Phoenix on Wrestling Amino, and you can hit the Shino's Rants thing on Facebook as well. But since we've gotten the tags out the way, it's brand warfare. Brand is war. And today, we're going to go over who won this week. Was it Raw or was it Smackdown? So let's individually go over both. So, Raw.
Do they honestly care about Go Home?
A dumpster fire.
It's a dumpster show. That's what it is.
It's a dumpster fire. I was like, oh my Lord, this is your go home show. Sad, trash. This might be the worst go home show I've literally seen.
I think this might be worse than Hell in a Cell last year.
Yeah, like that go home show was bad. This is bad. But let's get to the main points that I have. We can start with that dumpster match. It was a fun match, but I have a problem with Braun losing if we're trying to make Braun a monster.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, if Braun's supposed to be a monster, why would he lose to Kalisto of all people? Kalisto hasn't been on TV for what, like 3 months?
Probably 3 months.
I don't know. It's been a while. But Kalisto, as everyone calls him, Kalisto. It's clearly Kalisto. By the way, just annoying to hear his name get pronounced incorrectly every Monday night. It's Kalisto, not Kalisto. Kalisto.
I will say one thing about Kalisto. His new theme is badass.
It's boss. I love it. I love his new theme. That first theme was generic, but you get what you can get. But I love that new theme. It's so good. I think Braun is going to draw a lot of money because he's freaking amazing. He's still got stuff to learn, but as this iteration of Braun right now is great. I love it. Also, regarding Roman Reigns, R.I.P. to Rosie. He passed away, what was it, last week?
It was
last week. Yes, R.I.P. to Rosie.
It's really hard to lose someone close.
It is tough to lose someone close, and honestly, I don't wish any ill will on Roman Reigns. Still don't like the character, but I can see past the character, and I know he's an actual person. So, I would hate for that to happen to me or to Shino. It would just suck. That's just not fun. But prayers up and wishes. I hope he's doing well mentally because I don't really care how Roman Reigns, the character, feels about this match. He can stay off of TV forever, really. But I hope Joe's doing fine. That being said, how do you feel about this match?
I care less about this.
We're going to go over all this in a payback predictions. But
I really don't care.
But I don't care about the match. I don't like the build to it. I like the fact that, 1 week Braun is flipping trucks. And this week, Braun can't win a dumpster match. And Braun can't even push the dumpster off the stage. By the way, that was not even a big fall. That was like jumping off the first step of a flight of stairs. Like, I'm just jump off this step. Oh, my knees feel a little tingly. That's all that was.
I call it a fun
It was fun, back in the 90s when the New Age Outlaws did it to Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack. That was, a big deal because the stage was off the ground. It was like at least 10 feet, at least 8, maybe 9 feet off the ground. They had a fall, quite a fall. So doing it nowadays, it just doesn't translate as well to me. He had broken. I'm sorry, not yet. We have Matt Hardy versus Cesaro, who's clearly broken.
Like, it's really
clearly broken,
I'll be honest with everybody. It is really great news to announce WWE has bought the broken gimmick from TNA.
Yes, they brought the gimmick, so it's going to be coming, people. I told you all, it was a matter of time. All you whiners out there who's like, it's not broken butter, it's a bunch of bullshit and garbage.
Like I said this to one of my friends, you just got to give it time.
Yeah, I mean, you knew they were in a lawsuit, so you had to wait. You just had to wait. And hey guys, it's coming. So there's that. Oh, I also did like when Matt said, "Shake my hand, or I will delete you." That made me laugh. That made me laugh a lot. I popped for that.
You gotta love Matt Hardy. I'm sorry.
Then we had the 6-man tag action.
Jesus Christ, where do I begin with
What?
this?
You know, first of all, I don't understand why is Finn Balor aligned himself with Seth Rollins when Seth is a guy who injured him in the first place and put him on the shelf. I hate when baby faces do that, or good guys. If you're casual, I really hate when they do that. Just because he's a baby face, a fellow baby face, doesn't mean you should just be dumb and forget about what happened in the past. It's a continuity error.
The thing that questioned me is that why is WWE afraid to turn Balor heel and form the Balor Club?
No, I don't know. Are they afraid that New Japan's gonna be like, "We did it first, dickhead"? No, I doubt that's gonna be it, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand he's concussed, or he was concussed, and you're trying to protect him. That's cool, but having him align with Seth Rollins,
The guy that
I don't get it. It's just, if it was like Enzo and Cass versus the club, I'm like, okay.
And that makes sense.
Enzo and Cass versus Balor and the club, I'm like, all right, so Finn clearly doesn't care about reuniting the club. But when you bring out the guy that injured me, I'm like, that's so silly.
I just find it, like, the thing that's funny is that Enzo just likes to get beat up.
Yeah, Enzo got mauled once again, and I think that's what Vince has him there for, just to get beat up. He would be good in 205 Live if he could, wrestle like those guys in 205 Live. But he's a good mouthpiece and, decent wrestler. Also in that match, we saw the arrival of Seth Rollins' new finishing move.
Oh my God.
What in the hell is that?
Why are you guys stealing from New Japan?
First of all,
why would you steal from New Japan?
It was a really bad, I'm not gonna...
It's so bad, Kenny Omega was just not happy with it.
Kenny Omega even tweeted, "At least I have my entrance music still."
If they would have stole his entrance music, I would have been mad.
I mean, I doubt they're going to do that, but come on, guys. That fake Rainmaker, Rain Slayer, whatever you want to call it.
The Rain Slayer, the King Slayer. I don't care.
It's so dumb.
Why can't you go to God's
I don't
last gift?
understand that. It's not even stiff enough. It looks soft when you do the knee to the face.
It looked like he just tapped him in the face. That's what it looked like. Mm-hmm. And another thing, his finisher in Ring of Honor, God's last gift.
I don't know why y'all just won't use that.
That's one of my favorite finishers.
It's a very good finisher. You should let him just use that. But overall, I guess it's going to grow on people, but Okada did it first. The setup is completely Okada's thing. The knee is Kenny's. You owe them royalty checks. That's all I'm saying. Sasha can go heel. By the way, what is this Raw Women's Division doing? Because I don't understand it at all.
Sasha Banks desperately needs to go heel. Her babyface run is just boring. It's boring.
It's like you're asking me to go heel, and I'm just like, no, won't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to come talk to my best friend, because I talk to my friends. It's like, dude, come on.
Bliss just shows why she's the best damn heel.
That promo was great. That was a great promo.
She pretty much ripped into Bayley.
I don't know why they won't let Bayley talk, but...
I think her mic skills need some work.
They do, but they never let her talk, and it's weird to me. She's champ, and you have this mouthpiece in Sasha Banks who's eyeing the goal. She already hinted at it.
Yeah, maybe Kevin Dunn just does not want her to speak.
Who knows? Maybe he has a problem with the way her face is shaped or something. You know Kevin Dunn's a douche.
Maybe his bucktooth teeth.
I'm not going to go there. Then we had the Dana versus Fox match.
Jesus Christ. That was cringe.
Come on, brothers and sisters.
Cringe.
What are you doing?
I'm glad to see Alicia Fox back in the ring, but this match? Are you kidding me?
It might be worse than was that Alicia Fox versus Molina. Yeah. That match that Cameron liked so much, it might be up there with that match because it is bad. It was not good. It was so botched worthy. I don't know why you even brought Dana up to the main roster. I would bring Liv Morgan up to the main roster before I bring Dana up. It would. She needs more work to me. And then Emma comes out just to pat her on the back. I don't get that. That was silly. And then we have the end of the show. Oh, I'm completely skipping Apollo Crews. That's how forgettable that is.
Look, let me interrupt you for this. Here's the thing. I feel bad for Apollo Crews. The dude is talented, okay? But he got zero reaction Zero.
None.
And I'm like, and I still question, why did you call him up in the first place?
No reaction.
That's sad, man.
bad.
You shouldn't have called him up.
It was garbage.
Then we have the end of the show where Miz supposedly had a partner. There was no partner. Instead, it was him versus two baby faces, which makes no sense to me because the heel should always have the advantage in a handicap match. It should never be two baby faces beating up a heel. It kind of is a dickish thing to do. And then you have Wyatt come out for no reason. No reason. Besides just making him look strong. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
It's baffling. That's one word.
For him to destroy everyone is one thing. I get that. But you attacked Ambrose. You had a feud with Ambrose. You attacked Jericho. You had a feud with Jericho. You attacked Miz. That's cool and all. But this doesn't make you look like you're going to beat Orton in this match. This doesn't help you at all. It's a baffling ending to Monday Night Raw. And honestly, I'm having a problem with part-timers holding the main title because clearly we want to write storylines that have something to do with the main belt.
I don't even know what I can say about this.
Instead, the guy we want to write about is on a ranch or in a farm somewhere chopping wood, and we're not going to see him until SummerSlam probably.
Probably till the next Raw pay-per-view.
My thing is this: if you come to work every week, I should put the belt on someone that comes to work every week. Now I know this is unpopular, but if Roman Reigns was champion right now, I really wouldn't have a problem with it because at least we could write a good storyline between him and Braun. I mean, we already made Braun look strong, and this could be greater than it is now. But you have Lesnar's a champ. No one's challenging the champ. It's like the saying, if you don't want the main title, what are you even doing this for in the business? You should want the main belt.
I think they're just
the main championship is the universal belt. They should want that. Braun should be calling out Brock every time he destroys something. Like, you see what I did to Roman and Kalisto? Blah, blah, blah. I want that title. Like, you should be hungry for Brock's belt instead of waiting for a SummerSlam match that I'm not going to like in the first place. I'm sorry. I don't know who you can put up there to fight Brock. I just know it's going to be another squash.
Now, as I was saying, I think the only alternative for that is that they try to put some relevance on the IC title and the US title, but knowing Dean Ambrose, knowing the creatives, they're not going to do a damn thing.
They're not. He's complacent, remember? He's lazy. The IC title should be more important, but no, it's a joke belt.
Shouldn't have given the belt to him in the first place.
Really? I could have summed up Raw in one word. It was awful.
I say garbage.
Dumpster fire. I really could have just ended it right there, but I wanted to give you guys some content.
Cringe.
So, let's get to the better show, Smackdown Live. And
the A show.
The A show. Let's go from top to bottom. We had the women's main event, which is cool and all. I like what we're doing with this faction. At least the women are doing something and not just having terrible matches with one another.
The only thing I'm going to question is this. I think this is their attempt to turn Charlotte babyface.
Oh, it is? So Charlotte would be the face of SmackDown Live. That's clearly it. I know what you're doing. It's not clever, but I have a problem with Charlotte being the face of SmackDown Live.
I like her better as a heel.
And it's not a heel baby. Well, it is a heel baby face thing. I prefer her as a heel because this group that's attacking Charlotte and Naomi and probably Becky Lynch along the line, I don't like that group. It doesn't make sense to have Natalya, Tamina, and Carmella
doing a lot with
when I have Carmella and Natalya. Didn't they have a feud and it never really ended because Carmella outed her for being a fake person for the Nikki Bella storyline. And I don't think it ever ended. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that feud ended. She called her a little snitch, and then Natalya just went off on Nikki Bella. I recall that. But I think this could have been completely different if you would have had Charlotte as the third person instead of Carmella. It could have been Charlotte's court. A bunch of women from wrestling royalty as the dominant stable on SmackDown Live versus the new girls, Naomi, Becky, and Carmella. You could have turned Carmella face again with Ellsworth too. It would have made more sense to do that instead of have Carmella just because she's a heel. I don't understand that at all. It makes more sense if she was attacked by Charlotte's group instead of this weird group led by Natty. Like, Natty doesn't need to be the one leading the group. It should have been like Charlotte, Tamina, Natalya, and this feud between who's really the leader of the group, Charlotte or Natty, instead of, well, Natty's the leader of the group with Tamina and Carmella, who I don't like. because she snitched on me. It don't make no sense, man.
It never makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. That
main event was pretty decent.
It was a great match. I hope
those two have great chemistry. Way better than Charlotte Sasha.
I don't even know if that was the first time they had a match together.
That was the first time.
Oh hell, that's amazing.
That was the first time.
To have chemistry like that the first time you touch, that's some Sami Zayn Nakamura stuff. Speaking of Nakamura, I know he was the opener of the show, but can we stop doing these little segments with him and Dolph? Like, this is annoying. If you want this feud to work, I need someone to actually get physical. I need some fighting. I need someone to get Kinshasa the super kick. Because just making fun of Shinsuke, implying that he's Michael Jackson, with him and Michael Jackson were alive at the same time, it doesn't make sense.
I just don't like it when he's called the artist known as Nakamura.
Well, he's going to be the artist known as Nakamura instead of King of Strong. I think they're still going to call him the King of Strong style, but he is more like an artist than the King of Strong style. Like, we can't call him the King of Strong style when we haven't even seen him wrestle yet on SmackDown Live. I'm very familiar with Shinsuke Nakamura's work. I know he's the King of Strong style, but if you know how Triple H said it, every time an NXT person gets called up, it's a reset on everything they did in NXT. It doesn't even matter. It's a reset. It's a new slate, and you have to start over 100-1 again. So I would prefer if we finally get a match with Shinsuke.
It's going to happen at Backlash. It's going to happen at Backlash.
I'm talking about just a match with Shinsuke on SmackDown Live or something. Or Dolph needs to do something to really make me hate him, because I really don't have any heat towards Dolph Ziggler. I don't think Dolph Ziggler is someone I'm going to boo, because he is amazing. He's an amazing wrestler, but I do not understand why are we booing Dolph. Like, he's just a crabby old vet that angry at all the new talent right now.
I would put him with Ty Dillinger for a bit until we get to.
For what? Why would I turn Ty Hill to work with Dolph? That don't make sense either. I'm saying Dolph's motivation of being a heel doesn't make any sense. He beat up two nobodies. Unfortunately, he beat up Kalisto and Apollo Crews, which the crowd did not give a shit about. They cheered him when he hit them with chairs repeated occasions. So it's like, you feuding with Nakamura doesn't do anything for me. I just know I'm getting a good match. I know I'm getting a good match. I'm not saying Dolph's a bad heel. He was a good heel in his prime, but now it's like, this is not a heel. This is just a very angry veteran who's mad that these younger guys and these new dudes are taking up the spots he thinks he should get. And it's boring.
I find it
it's boring to know that that's what we're getting right now. But just the name calling thing is boring to me. We need to move past name calling. Because name calling isn't going to make a feud progress at all.
Give it time.
Breezango.
It's about
number one contenders for the tag title.
It's about damn time.
Dreams come true. Come so true. I really want them to win. I want them to beat the Usos. I love the Usos, even though I love God way more than the Usos. But I want Breezango to win because they deserve it. Tyler does.
Tyler definitely deserves it.
He's so underrated, man.
After being humiliated with wearing like dressing up as Nikki Bella.
Dude, I need some gold around my waist. I need it. He needs that so bad. And American Alpha's in this weird loop with the Colognes. I really thought we was going to get the Colognes versus the Usos, since they are both from very prestigious wrestling families. But I guess it's the
right. I still think it's a right call to give it to Breezango.
It is, but it's like, who's the face and who's the heel here? Because is the Usos the faces right now, or is Breezango the face? And
I would say neutral. That's the key.
So I don't know what we're doing with that, if we're going to keep it on like basic bad guy, good guy terms. But it seems like we have two things in the middle, and that's that. Moving forward, we had that Orton-Rowan match. I enjoyed that. That was fun. You sound like you didn't like that match.
The only thing that obsessed me was the mask of Eric Rowan. I mean, it was okay, but I just knew Randy Orton was going to win.
Wait, you're upset by the mask?
No, I love the mask.
You said at first you were upset by the mask.
I said I was obsessed.
Oh, obsessed.
You misconstrued my words.
No, I didn't understand your words.
Yeah, but we all knew Randy Orton was going to win regardless.
Well, obviously he was going to win. It was still fun. I'm just concerned about Rowan's future, because spring cleaning is happening, people. People are going to get released.
They're doing it now.
They already got rid of my baby DeMarco, Miss Andrea. I loved her. She was so cool.
I miss my Andrea DeMarco.
I liked Andrea DeMarco. She was great. She's a nice person. But I hope Braun doesn't get released or anything. I hope they let him shine as a singles competitor or something.
I mean, it's the land of opportunity, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Orton cuts a promo. Orton gets interrupted by Jinda with his hard body Mahal, the Maharaji, or whatever it's called. He gets interrupted by Mahal. Mahal goes on a tirade about how everyone hates him because looks different.
Not only that, he told Randy that you shouldn't be worrying about Bray Wyatt. You should be worrying about me.
The only thing I have a problem with the only issue I have with Jinder's entire argument is the fact that Jinder is on this one-dimensional bias. He thinks that they don't like him because he's Canadian. Because he's Canadian, folks. He's not Pakistani. He's not Muslim. He's not... I don't know. But I know his parents are in Canada. And I know that he's born Canadian. Just happens... His parents are of Arab descent. And that's it. It seems like USA versus Canada, because the Bollywood boys are also from Canada. Their families are probably not, like their mom and dad aren't, but they were born in Canada. So I don't understand why we're booing him. It's not over looks, because it's not like you're a foreigner. You're not that foreign. You're right. You're like our neighbor up there, up north. So I don't like that one-dimensional argument that it's because he looks different. Maybe that would have worked in the 70s or the early 80s because America was a pretty garbage place at the time. Just if you look different and if you were black, hell, you'd get booed for that. I think New Jack got booed in some Southern wrestling thing. I think it was, it's on the WWE Network. You can find it. It's like in the early years, but New Jack got booed bad. He was just black. And that was it. That was the whole gimmick. Because he looked different. Nowadays, I think there's more diversity going on, so that look different thing is silly. But I like where this is going with Jinda. He stole a belt, guys, and he rolled off into the sunset. He held it upside down. But
it's the Miz belt.
He did hold it upside down, but he was in a limo holding a belt, screaming at the top of his lungs. That was fun. That was fun.
And there's one complaint I'll say, not with this part, the Rusev segment. I
completely forgot to put that down.
Yeah, the Rusev, demanding, people questioning about Jinder Mahal, you should be talking about that promo Rusev made. Demanding. This is Smackdown. They don't just give it to you.
It's a land opportunity, and the opportunity is going to be Money in the Bank when he's healthy.
He's probably going to get a Money in the Bank.
He's going to be in the Money in the Bank match. You can just bank on that. No pun intended. But he's definitely going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I guarantee it. And I think, final note, I know it's all over the place, but...
There's more.
We had AJ and Corbin.
Another good match.
Another great match.
KO as usual.
KO being awesome as usual. Sami Zayn being awesome as usual. Just a very fun segment. And I think Corbin attacked Zayn on Talking Smack.
Yeah, and he pushed the ref. He legit pushed the ref.
Pushed the ref. Finally, Shane's caught on and he pushed the referee and he's being suspended.
Just for 1 week.
Just for 1 week. But you know what? Orton burns down the house, becomes WWE World Champion. It's just,
and they keep teasing the Lana dancing gimmick. I'm hearing a lot of negatives about the Lana dancing gimmick. I just say, give it a chance.
Oh, well.
Give it a chance.
If it's really bad,
then
you might want to just bring her back with Rusev. But
because I know she's been working NXT house shows, and I'm hearing a lot of negatives, and Lana's been on Twitter just she's being criticized by fans, and she's responding back to all the criticism that she's getting so far.
We haven't even seen it yet, guys. So what are you complaining about?
Why are y'all bitching about this?
We haven't seen it yet, but I think that wraps up SmackDown Live. So in Brand Warfare, we're going to determine who's the winner of this week, and we're going to do this on the count 3, 2, 1. SmackDown Live. Obviously, guys, sorry if you're a Raw fanboy or girl. It was not good. This was a terrible go-home show for Raw. It was not fun.
It was never fun.
It was not a good show, and Jesus Christ.
I felt like want to sleep. And the one thing you forgot about Raw is that Cruiserweight tag team.
We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. Sorry. I'm not talking about it. SmackDown Live wins Brand Warfare this week. Hopefully next week Raw can finally redeem itself after Payback. Oh boy. Alright. I'm MCZX and Prince. You can follow us on Smart Kingdom on the Twitter at The Smart Kingdom. I already told you where you could get Chino's stuff.
You did it from the beginning.
Did it at the beginning.
He does not need to repeat
I don't need to repeat myself.
like a robot.
I don't. I'm not doing Charlotte today because I am supposed to like Charlotte. Anywho, that was this episode of Brand Warfare. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye and good night, you filthy, dirty marks. Hey, Kenny, please don't be mad that I stole your catchphrase.
He probably will.
He's going to tweet me. All right. Goodbye, you filthy, dirty marks.
And King Ross.
Stupid smarks. Goodbye.